Okay, so let's start now. So yesterday we just completed about the builder design pattern. So how to create complex objects in a easy manner by following design pattern of builder. Okay, and we know Lombok is providing nowadays the internal implementation with respect to. Okay, so Lombok is providing internally builder design pattern support. Also, we have to use that annotation and we can create the objects. But in interview, they will not accept the answer about the Lombok annotation at the rate builder. They will ask very clearly what are the steps we have to follow. Okay. So please remember the steps, what you have to follow, what is and all. Try to understand. It's a important thing for entire Java developer career point of view also. It's not like only one or two places we will use. We will use it everywhere, most of the times. Okay, just get some little bit knowledge on the singleton, builder design pattern, factory design pattern, okay, and strategy design pattern. So you heard anywhere else about strategy? Where we completed a concept related to strategy. Yes, exactly. JPA. What is that? We completed one example. I mean, not one example, one topic related to this strategy. JPA only. But what is that concept? Yes, identity, sequence, auto generation of values, generation type dot identity, generation type dot sequence. We have, right? You forgot auto generation of the values, auto increment column, sequence columns, table, strategy equal to table, strategy equal to sequence. You forgot JPA, right? So that is what. So they are using strategies like identity, okay, table, sequence like this. So that means when you given strategy equal to identity internally, the JPA generating values based on what functionality? First of all, how many strategies we have in JPA? What are those 5? Then how will you select, man? How will you select an interviews? I don't know. The concepts what we discuss straightforwardly, you are not answering. Then how will you get the job? How will you select? I want to generate values automatically in JPA. That is the biggest feature. And there are 5 strategies available. And that is all we already discussed. Okay. Then how will you select? Tell me. See, this is what very clearly, even that's what I told you. If you are going through the running notes also, you will clear 50 to 60% of interview questions. You don't need to study any other material also. Okay. So this is all I'm asking about. Strategies for the generated value annotation, auto, identity, table, sequence, right? So these are all we discussed or not. The latest one. We have 5th one. What is that? I explained about that one very clearly also. And I told you like this is what we are using in my project on daily basis. 5th type. And that is being added newly in the JPA. Anyone else? Don't refer the materials. Online people, try to evaluate yourself. Okay, UUID is the correct answer. Fine. Table, UUID. See, we already have running notes itself having 15 to 20 lines of notes, 30, 40, 50 lines of notes. What I'm asking about the strategies. So I'm telling you, if you don't mind, okay, if you don't feel bad, I'm telling you, if you're like this, it's very difficult to get a job. And don't blame like training is the default. I mean, training is the problem, and don't blame like GitHub. How many of you know? Next, girls, at least one. I told you, right? Told you or not? Many times I told you. How many of you at least gone through what is GitHub? What is the purpose of GitHub? Very simple. See, even though you are freshers, they will ask this question. The reason is you will answer 100% as expected. The motto here it is, as a fresher also, at least you know a little bit about the GitHub or not. Like GitHub is a source code. repository, source code management. Source code means what? Source code means what? Our Java files, our projects. We are creating Spring Boot project, Java projects. We are writing .java file, right? So those are all we are calling it as what? Source code, right? So that's why GitHub is a source code management. So that means whenever we are keeping our source code and we are keeping inside the GitHub, so that it is a cloud repository, cloud environment. That means it's an online environment. It will be accessible by the other developers also, other team members also. And we are keeping our source code in the GitHub always with respect to team management. And sometimes we can consider it as a security also. For example, assume you implemented one project in your computer from last 2 years. You implemented a biggest idea. You written a lot of source code. You spent day and night, okay, on your computer. One fine day, your computer is broken, or maybe your computer is somewhat, maybe some fire accident is happened, or maybe somewhat a water went to your computer, laptop, or whatever it is. Then what is your effort? Then what will happen? Your computer is completely gone, or your computer is stolen by someone else, laptop. Then what about your source code? You will feel at that time your laptop cost is 60,000, 70,000, but your effort cost is 2 years of efforts, day and nights. It will be the idea maybe probably okay taking 20 lakhs to 30 lakhs idea, or maybe the effort wise. Cost is laptop hardware is only 40, 50,000. Then that's why if you are moving your code, what will happen? GitHub, it's a cloud environment. It's permanent. Okay, there is you are having a backup or not? You are having a backup. So that is what one reason. Second reason, collaborating with the team members. You can share same thing. For example, that is what. Third reason is you can access from anywhere else. If you given your computer to me also, I can connect to the GitHub. My code is there. I will show it to you. So this is what I implemented. So you can access from anywhere else. You can access from anywhere else. So these are all advantages of the GitHub. So how to move the code, how to get the code, you have to learn. It will take 2 to 3 days, but it is mandatory. Okay. So please, just I know about everyone scenarios, financial situations, problems. Okay, don't feel like something I don't know anything. I also came from there only. I also came from completely native villages. Okay, completely native Telugu language or Telugu medium. Okay, I know every problem, what you will think, what you will feel, what you will, okay, what you are trying to achieve. Every problem I know. So that's why I used to encourage always. And one more suggestion to everyone. Don't ever listen YouTube tutorials on your own language. Okay, you may listen like up to 20 to 30%, but don't depend 100% on the own language, right? It will become a habit to you. When you are trying to answer, see, when people are coming to me asking the doubts, they are trying to say answer, they know the answer, they are trying to say, they are starting in English. After 2, 3 words, 4, 5 words, they are moving to the Hindi. Why? The reason is the impact of native. Okay, fine, that's okay. But when you make habit of understanding only English and English at one fine day, first month you may not understand, second month you may not understand, third month slowly you will understand. And your answers also becomes in the same English manner. Try to make sure everywhere global language or communication language as English only when speaking with someone else. So this is what I'm speaking confidently. I'm speaking very flow, but I don't know. I'm not from the English medium. I'm also from Telugu medium only. I also came from government schools only. Okay. So that's what, when you start speaking out, nobody is greater than you here. Feel always like that. I already told you when you are attending the interview also, imagine yourself, you are an expert when comparing with the panel. Okay. Don't feel like he's the expert. Who knows? He's the waste person. Sometimes there are a lot of waste persons available in the IT industry. You are the better people. I know. We know. So like that, we have to feel. Definitely, sometimes we are only better when comparing with the panel. Only difference is they are having job, you don't have the job, but you are the experts. So there are like that people in the IT industry also. Okay. So that's why don't waste your time with respect to okay unrelated things. You can waste your time when after getting the job. After getting the job, you will have a weekend. Waste your weekend with a lot of other things. Even I will also come and join with you. Wherever you are inviting me, I will also join and I will also I will also encourage. Okay. So that means focus write things on right time. Otherwise, it is very difficult. Aware of Git. So I told you, okay, as a developer, mandatory things. So Java, Spring, Spring Boot, what this is what my portfolio. I mean, this is what I know. So you know Java, REST services, JUnits. And I'll tell you one more reason, one more concept here also. JUnits. Nowadays, it becoming one of the most popular with respect to Java developer bucket. So that means there is a concept available, there is a framework available called as JUnits. It is adding what can I say, weightage to your resume. And for example, day before yesterday, one person met me. He attended the Accenture interview. Okay, with experience only. He came to me yesterday evening and he told like he was rejected because of reason is he don't know the JUnit. Okay, but okay, as a fresher, you don't know. I know that. But what I can tell you here it is when I felt like it is little bit difficult and very big, I cannot say like it's very you can start. But here JUnit is also okay. Here JUnit is also like a small testing related panda. Okay, you can learn. See, that's what I'm telling you. Instead of say some in answer you in interview, instead of saying no, at least if you are saying like yes, I'm aware of it. JUnit is the purpose of okay. JUnits we are going to write down for the purpose of testing our source code as a unit testing point of view. Like that, if you are making at least 2-3 sentences theory point of view, then panel will understand. Okay, as a fresher, at least he's having awareness. It's not like I will not ask you, can you write down one JUnit? Okay, like that. So at least awareness. If you have, whenever I'm asking what is JUnit, I don't know JUnit. Okay, I will understand sometimes. Okay, freshers don't know. But one more fresher came after for the same interview. One more fresher came once you are leaving the room. One more person came. He said like, yes, I'm aware of the JUnit. It generally we will write down some testing case. I mean, we will do testing of all our source code. Something like that. He given 1 or 2 statements. Then definitely I'll prefer this guy. So that's why note down this one also. Because I know once you are done with Spring Boot microservices after 10 days, are you going to have any other trainings? No, right? This is the dead end, right? In Java, as a Java developer, Spring Boot microservices is the last training you will attend. After that, you will do only job trials. Are you planning any other trainings? 99% no, right? This is the last training. So that means you will be free at that time, right? After 10 days, you will have a lot of time. Okay. So at that time, what you will do is parallelly while you are training or applying the jobs, you start learning about GitHub, JUnit, object mapping. These are all small topics, but these are all going to help you in the real time point of view. Okay. So I know what fresher has to concentrate. Okay. If I feel like it's a very difficult with respect to fresher, I will never ever say, prepare this on your own. Okay. So just have a knowledge of JUnit. What is JUnit? See the YouTube tutorials. See 4 to 5 YouTube tutorials. Spend some time. Then you will realize what is the JUnit after 1 week. If you know at least 20-30% of the JUnit concept, that will help you. Okay, that will help you. Okay, so this is all microservices concepts. Hopefully, you will see from next week onwards. Okay, and CI/CD tools. Okay, out of this also, you know Maven. Why? What is the purpose of Maven? Maven will be called as project management tool, right? Project management tool. So we can do build with the Maven. What is the meaning of build? I asked the same question 1 week back also. What is the purpose of what is the meaning of build? Compiling the source code, creating the jar file or war file, creating the package, creating the jar or war file, right? So this process will be called as build, clean and install, right? So I given Maven material also, just understand. Bitbucket, you know anyone else about the Bitbucket? Bitbucket is nothing but GitHub. Okay, Bitbucket is a customized from the GitHub. Bitbucket will be used in real-time projects, but Bitbucket is derived from the GitHub. It's a licensed version. I can say like licensed version. Okay. It is a licensed version for the real-time projects. But originally it is GitHub only. 100% is GitHub only. That's why I am telling you. Now, Bitbucket is derived from the GitHub only. GitHub is public for every, like us also. Like you also, you can also create your own account and the GitHub, you can start moving your code without paying single rupee. But in real-time projects, their code is very, okay, like very confidential, right? So that's why they will spend some amount. They will buy the licensed versions. So one of the licensed version is Bitbucket. Bitbucket is nothing but GitHub only. If you know the GitHub, you know the Bitbucket. Okay. So just note down Bitbucket. What is the difference between Bitbucket and GitHub? Understand once you know the GitHub. Okay. Oh, Git is nothing but GitHub. Okay. So whatever it is. Jira, Confluence, Splunk, you don't know. Okay. Jira, these are all somewhat real-time related. I will not say like you should know. Swagger UI, you know, right? Yes. Little. Yeah. Good. And Docker. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit difficult only. No need. As a fresher, I can tell you, not required also. Swagger, yes, we already discussed how to see the Swagger document, how endpoints will be displayed there, right? So tools, Eclipse, you know. IntelliJ, anyone else tried on your computers? There is a free version is available, IntelliJ also. Download it, free version. Try to do 1 or 2 small Java programs on the IntelliJ. Write a 10 to 15 Java programs on the IntelliJ. Write one servlet, so one Spring program on the IntelliJ IDE. Once you are knowing little bit about the IntelliJ, you can keep that in your resume also. So these are all free of cost, and this will not take time like months and months. Takes only 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and so that you can add it to your resume. So that will reflect how experimental you are with respect to, even though you are a fresher, how experimental you are with respect to the skill set. Who is this? Build a management tool, yes. Okay. Heidi, yes, good. Thanks. SQL developer. Okay, this is what? DBeaver, SQL developer. Even I forgot to add DBeaver. This is old one. DBeaver we are using in the current project. So I started using DBeaver. Even SQL developer, you know, just like IDE for connecting the databases. That's all. IDE. This is also an IDE for connecting the databases. Like we have so many things. You can add those things. Postman, you know. Okay, so Postman, you know, and I will tell you, I told you already. So one more competitor tool for the Postman. Insomnia. Anyone remembered it at least? This is your running notes only, guys. So similar to Postman, we have one more tool called as Insomnia. So anyone tried at least? At first of all, you didn't remember a word called as Insomnia. So it is also 100% is copy paste to the what? Postman. Now, why don't you try on your own? So if you download Insomnia, REST client. Okay, Insomnia REST client. Okay, let me show you. See, it is looks like Postman or not? They're given the screenshots here. Is it looks like Postman or not? Copy paste to the Postman. So when you are downloading this tool, and you are practicing or you are testing couple of services from this, can you add this into resume? Yes. So that is how you have to make your self-understanding, self-responsibility. Okay. So I already given that one. This will make different from others. When we say like one more we have along with Postman, one more we have Insomnia. So you have to try Insomnia along with Postman. That is what interest you have to get. Okay. So similar to Postman, try with Insomnia also. If you want, you can note down what you have to try all these things. Okay. So nowadays, there is nothing much going through around web servers or application servers. Okay. Nowadays, the servers concept is going slowly down. Okay. Earlier at one point of time, you should know about the application servers, WebSphere, WebLogic, JBoss, all these things. But nowadays, the concept is going slowly away. The reason is, in Spring Boot, what is happening? In Spring Boot, are you worrying about Tomcat servers? I mean, are you worrying about the web servers? No, right? Internal, it is coming with inbuilt server, right? So now they are calling it as serverless applications. Serverless in the sense server is there. But why we are calling it as serverless? That means the idea of saying serverless in the sense, if it is servlet project, okay, servlet is coming by default with internal server. No, right? What you will do? You will download the Tomcat server, you will install it, you will configure it, and then you will deploy your servlet project into Tomcat. Then only you can execute servlet functionalities. So externally, manually, you are downloading, you are configuring the servers. But if it is a Spring Boot application, you need to worry about the servers. Are you downloading Tomcat servers, any servers? No. Inbuilt, a server is coming. So that's why you are not at all worrying about the servers. So that's why nowadays this market is gone. Okay, at one point of time when we are learning the Java, there is no inbuilt server, there is no Spring Boot also. Okay. So that's why we used to learn all this. But you should know at least one web server. You already know about the Tomcat. Externally, how to, you did for the servlets, right? You did for the servlets or not? So same. So you can keep Tomcat server, whatever it is here. Okay. So databases, you know Oracle. I think you understood the Oracle training, right? So yes, you can keep Oracle. If you have a time, learn one more also. Queries are same everywhere. Select a star from table name is common query, whether it is a MySQL, SQL Server, Postgres, Oracle, wherever it is. If you have a time, I am suggesting you download one more called as Postgres. Postgres is one of the popular in most of the real-time applications. Just download it. That's it. Like similar to Oracle only. Download it next. Installation will be completed. Okay, go to the DB there you will have new connection, select the Postgres, give your host name, port number, it will be selected. Then start creating the tables, writing the queries like Oracle. If you have a time, do that. And then add that Postgres into your resume. Okay, so along with Oracle. So utilize your free time, like upskilling or maybe learning new things and which are going to be help to you with respect to adding in the resume point of view. Okay. So from the DB viewer, you will have a option called as new connection, something like that. Here you will have which database you want to connect, Postgres SQL. Then once you are installing the Postgres, give the host name, port number and everything with respect to Postgres and start writing the SQL queries. If you have written one or two SQL queries, then you will realize, okay, you know the Postgres also. Why don't you, then we can add it into our resume. Okay, operating systems. Okay, nowadays, even I told you, right? Linux is at one time, as a developer, we should know basic Linux commands at one point of time. But nowadays, at one point of time, developers has to take a deployment process also, the CI process, continuous integration. That means creating the build, running the build, creating the war file, deploying on the dev environment, sit environment, UAT environment. This entire process at one point of time, developers has to do at one point of time, like before 10 years, 15 years back, developers will do so many things. As a Java developer, we should know. We have to do manually deployments. So we should know Linux. Anytime, any application, any production environment, okay, whatever application you are taking, it is always running on which operating system? 100% Linux. Windows is only for the purpose of like the regular customers like you and me for our personal laptops. But a Flipkart application, banking applications, all these applications running always on which operating system? On the Linux operating system. So at one point of time, we should know Linux also. In 20 days back also, when I attended the interview, they asked me about a lot of questions related to Linux. And one more person asked, joined for 3 years of interview, one more student. Okay, there also, they asked about, do you know Linux commands or not? Basic commands. Okay, so this is also very important. It will add some advantage or weightage to your resume. If you have a free time after going through hierarchy point of view, why don't you learn on the Linux? Okay, in the Windows computer itself, nowadays there are containers available. You just go through the YouTube, how to make Linux on the Windows. They will tell you step by step. Okay, install that software. Then it will give you the Linux environment. Okay, I don't think my computer is having. So this is all Linux. I don't think is it Linux. So this is Linux. So this is how commands will be there. ls, all these things. Even I forgot because nowadays DevOps team came into the picture from last 10 years. This automation process from GitHub to deployments level, that entire phase is completely replaced by the DevOps team nowadays. Developers are not involving in that area nowadays. Developers are doing only pure development, only continuous development we are doing. Nowadays, we are not involving with respect to continuous integration or with respect to the deployment process. But 10, 15 years back, it's not like that. It's most of the times developer responsibility to the deployment, how to deploy from GitHub to or whatever the source code repository to the respective servers. Developers has to write down some small Linux scripts. Okay, then we should know how to run the Linux commands and everything. Nowadays, cloud environments came. They given everything as a user interface point of view. Okay, it's you are seeing front end, you are seeing user interface, but in the back end, they are completely operating on the Linux operating system, AWS, all these things, Azure, Google Cloud, everything. So this is all about the Linux. Okay, so this is how ls commands. There will be a lot of commands: remove, rs, grep, find. So many things will be there. Okay, make directory. ls is for listing the files. So you just know. So why don't you try couple of commands? I think local date or something. I also forget nowadays. See, if you given date, it is printing date, current system date, like that. Okay. So there are a lot of commands available. Copying from one directory to another directory with respect to Linux. It is similar to Windows command prompt system, but Windows commands are different. Linux commands are different. Okay. So in Windows is different. Linux is different. So why don't you learn on your own Linux for at least it will take 2 weeks. I can say like within 2-3 days it will be completed. 2 weeks. 2 weeks means when you are spending per day 2 to 3 hours, you will get a minimum knowledge. I'm saying like you have to become expert. If someone else is asking, do you know Linux? You should be in a position like, yes, I know the Linux. Okay, it is an operating system. Okay, it is going to, okay, I know the Linux commands, basic commands, how to list the files, how to, okay, how to delete files, how to copy from one directory to another directory via command prompts. Okay, how to move. If you know the basic commands, then that's more enough. So then he will understand, okay, at least he's having interest. Okay, why don't you try on Linux? Okay, so this is all about the things. Synopsis means summary, Rajesh. Abhinav, I'm also not getting interview calls. That's what I'm telling you. See, yeah, sudo is for switching to super user, Sri Harsha. Yeah, there are so many things. SU means switching user. Sudo means admin privileges. I know you know the Linux more than me. Okay, so this is all, guys. Just simple, very simple thing. So you will see 10 years experience resume. This is 11 years experience resume. What you found newly is 10 to 20% extra. But concepts are same, even though you're fresher. But that the difference makes like as an experience, they will expect every time in a in a way, how they will ask is in real-time manner. They will ask, we have to explain the real-time manner in a practical point of view, how things will happen in every real-time application. That is how we have to answer. But when it comes to freshers, at least you have to answer 50% theory, 50% little bit practical point of view. How things will help with respect to small functionality or okay, practical point of view you have to explain. REST API, ORM, you know everything. Okay. So Quarkus is similar to Spring Boot only. Okay, this is all you will come to know that. What is discovery, Hystrix, circuit breaker, you will come to know that. Discovery client, API gateway, config server, config client in the microservices training. So whatever the steps whatever the list you are seeing in the second point, you will come to know in another 2 weeks. It's all microservices topics. Okay, web applications, REST API, you know. So this is all somewhat related to the experience. Spring security. Yes, we planned for today, but it moved to somewhere else. Okay, WAUth 2. In place of WAUth 2, I'm going to give you the JWT. One more security mechanism available, JWT. So JWT with Spring Security, we are going to understand in our training to protect the REST services or to secure the REST services. So you can keep this point in our resume also. Okay, this is all related. So these are all projects, leave it. Okay. Yeah, please upload your resume, notes, drive link. I will upload everything, my pay slips. Okay, my offer letters, I will upload everything up now. See, I don't have any problem. Only thing is, we can do sometimes up to one level. We cannot go beyond that. I can upload, I don't have any problem. Only thing is, I should not. You will circulate that resume like anything. Then somewhere else, when I'm going to somewhere else, I will find my resume myself. Like that, it will be circulated. Okay, so other than that, nothing. How you prepare that resume? See, one more thing. Yeah, maybe I can answer. I prepared that resume by taking 2 weeks of time. The template took me for 2 weeks to set that resume in proper manner. Okay, so here only in the Word document, if you go here, see these are all resume templates. Okay, even if you want, you can resumes and cover letters. I think I taken from here only. Yeah, I taken from here only. This is what I think I taken. I just customized it. Okay, so it took 2 to 3 weeks to make that resume for me. But I felt like, okay, let me spend 2 to 3 weeks whenever I have a free time, because otherwise my resume is similar to everyone's resume. Summary, line, technical skills, table. Okay, it looks like common to everyone's resume. So then I felt like, okay, let me prepare my resume on my own. And I spent 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so if you want to get the templates for your resume, see here, there are a lot of free of cost. Microsoft Word itself providing. Okay, so choose one of the resume based on your taste or whatever you feel good. Okay, so just probably see how simple it is. When comparing with the regular resume formats, it is little bit good, right? Very simple and very good. So like that, you have so many templates here in the Microsoft Word itself. If you want to create a resume like this or this, just create it, then replace your content in every place, then your resume will be ready. Templates are available in the Microsoft Word only. Okay, no need to worry about somewhere else from the online also. Hundreds of templates available. I taken from the Word document only, templates. How to mix 2 or 3 templates. It's your Word skills, Microsoft Office, MS Office skills. This is okay. So anything else you want with respect to what you have to learn on your own, going further, or where you have to improve on your own? First thing is make sure strong in the core Java. Second thing is make sure strong in the at least medium level knowledge in the servlets and JDBC. And then make sure strong in the Spring Core module. Make sure strong in the MVC module. Make sure strong in the REST API implementation versus consumption. Then start all these small things, or parallelly you can do. Parallelly also small you can do, you can add. But don't forget the things like what is JPA, what we discussed as part of the JPA. If you are forgetting the things, we cannot do anything. Yeah, I will upload it today, Praveen Kumar. Yesterday I corrected a couple of questions. I will need to correct few other things also. I will upload today. I remember that point. Okay, don't worry. Can you give any assignments regarding REST API? Yeah. Hopefully, I will give it by weekend. Assignments I already given assignments. I don't think I was not given. Who is this person? you know how to create the REST APIs. But for consumption point of view, I given a real website. Anyone else tried? So you're getting the responses when you're doing the REST template consuming. Then that is what assignment, all right? How to improve English. That is what I'm telling you. Don't feel like you don't know the English and you are speaking very wrong with respect to, okay, what we can say, like grammatical sentences. Okay, like a English teacher or English lecturer, how they will speak. You don't need to speak in such a manner also. Whatever you are feeling like good, just start speaking out first. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 10. Okay, after 1 year, you will be very good in the English. Same guys, I was sitting here. I used to afraid myself to give my self introduction in English. Okay, because I also came from the village. I also came from the Telugu medium. But how today it came all? It's all because of job also, I can say. Okay, I cannot say like that. But at the same time, there are some colleagues available along whoever studied with me. Okay, my friends, you can call them from my native place only. Still, they are struggling with the English in interview. I mean, in status calls, in the office meetings, and interviews, wherever they go, still they are struggling. Why? It's all about they are not taking very seriously about the communication, and they are just doing the job whenever it required. Then only they are worrying about that thing. But now I am not like that. I will do a lot of interactions. I will connect with so many people. I will do attending the interviews. Sometimes at free of, okay, whenever I'm feeling, okay, boring or, I mean, not boring, whenever I will feel like, okay, I have to know something, what's happening in the industry. Let me keep my resume. I will attend interviews. It's not like result. I'm thinking like what I can learn from the others. I will attend interviews. Simply like that I will attend. Okay, so that means it is improving the English. I will never ever worry about my spelling mistakes. If you open my running notes, I know per sentence you will find minimum 1 or 2 spelling mistakes per sentence. I'm accepting that, but I don't care. I'm delivering concept. I'm not teaching English spelling mistakes here. Okay, so that is how you have to make sure confident. Don't bother about sometimes the way you are forming the sentence. Let it be. Let's first start speaking out. Okay, and then that's what I told you. When you are good with your programmatical knowledge, practical point of view, sometimes no one will worry about your communication. You have to override with your skill set. When you are saying like, what is polymorphism? Okay, when you are answering something like in a normal English, okay, like polymorphism is a concept, like when we are having 2 types of polymorphism, we have static polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Static polymorphism representing method overloading within one class. And like that, if you are speaking within one class, same method signature with different parameters, I will concentrate on the topic. I will not concentrate on how this guy is framing English sentences. Most of the panel people will not worry about it. They will realize, okay, this person will learn English on his own after once he is coming into the office like that. Okay, a school kid may speak English better than us nowadays. I know that. But a school kid cannot write Java program, right? So that means communication will not make you getting a job, but technical knowledge will make you getting a job even though you are poor in the communication. Okay, so because I will feel like what I will do with your English when you are not saying like what is the difference between class and object, but if you are speaking very fluently English with respect to your self introduction in a very stylish manner, you've given your introduction for 2-3 minutes, very stylish, very fluent, and everything is good. After that, okay, good. I asked a question, what is the difference between class versus object? Then he is not answering. Then what I have to do with you? But same person. Now you came. I asked, what is self-introduction? Maybe you worried about telling the answers. You are zigzagging between first sentence, second sentence. I will say like, okay, no problem. Just give me very cool, relax. Then somehow you completed the self-introduction. It's all about 1 or 2 minutes English point of view. Then I asked a question, what is the class? Then you have started answering like, class is a component where we are defining the functionality of the object. Okay, where we are defining behavior of the object. We are writing the code. So we have to take this syntax like that. Then definitely, I will not worry about the introduction what you given. I will worry about how good you are with how to write a class, what is the behavior. We are defining behavior of the object. Like that, if you are explaining, then I will worry about your technical skill. I will not worry about your English. Now I will select you only, not that person. What I will do with his English? If I'm writing English in the Eclipse editor, the application is going to build. If I written 10 to 15 lines of English, the application is going to build. No, right? So that means communication point of view, your skill has to override your communication. When you are feeling like a little bit communication problem, it's important only, but it's not like with that only point, don't degrade yourself when you're strong with the technical. Okay. So that is how things will happen in reality. That's why I'm telling you, you will realize all the things when, if I'm speaking like this 10 days also, you will not realize. But when you will realize, when you started attending, when you are speaking out, when you are communicating with the people, okay, speak whether it is a right or wrong. Even anyone, whether it is a Telugu persons, Hindi persons, whoever it is. When you are speaking me also, don't worry about what I will feel bad. I will never ever feel bad. I will correct you also sometimes. But if you are speaking in Hindi and Telugu with me, okay, sometimes couple of doubts is very comfort if you are asking in the native language. I know that. Okay, but sometimes couple of things, try to make communication as much as possible in English only. So that is where you can improve yourself. It's not like you are going and attending in the spoken English or somewhere else. It will not help you. Okay. Yeah, Rajesh, you just come to Hyderabad and meet me. I'll tell you everything. I will show you. You just come with me every day. I'll show what I'm doing. See, very simple, guys. When you're strong with your skill set, you can do anything. You can do the job, you can do the teaching, you can do the night. Okay, sometimes you can manage with some other students also. You can teach or you can guide some other students outside. You can tell them how to do the work when you're having the skill set. It's all about matter of the skill set. Okay, so then only you can manage your day. If you don't know the skill set, you will worry about skill day every day. Okay, and you will not do any other things. Okay, become strong in the skill set with respect to profession. Okay, practically. Okay, 8:40, 1.5 hour motivation class, right? I think I wasted today your time again. Instead of teaching spring security. So only worry is, I'm telling you one more time, I'm not like something else genius. I also came from here only. That is what the summary overall here it is. I also faced communication problems. Okay, even I can show something else also. Okay, where it is. Not this one. Where is education? Okay, so if you see here, I don't know. I mean, this is graduation I completed. Computer science, I got how many marks? 35 marks. Okay. So 35 or 38, 60 marks out of. And before that, this is for the first sem, computer science. Maximum 100 pass marks. How many here? 0. That means I attended the supplementary. And again, I got out of 100, how many marks I got? 38. Exactly border. And before that, I already failed. In where? In which subject again? Computer science only. But today I'm trainer with respect to what? Computer science only again. So this is my certificate only, I'm telling you, right? So you can say like, why 0? I went to the interview, I went to the job. Okay, generally, if you're not attending the interview, they will not give 0 marks. Sorry, if you're not attending the exam, they will not give 0. They'll give like absent or fail. Okay, but why 0 here it is? I went to the exam. I saw the question marks. I mean, I saw the question sheet. I mean, that whatever it is, questions. I felt I cannot answer one question also. Then I felt like, okay, it's waste of time. Even writing the exam. Writing exam itself waste. Then simply, I asked whoever it is, the invigilator, right? So I asked him, so can I give this paper to you? Can I go outside? And that is, I think, last exam. Yes. You know the last exam day plans, right? When you do last exam day, we will do a lot of other plannings. So I asked him, so can I go outside? I don't want to attend the exam. So he said, no, you have to wait minimum 1.5 hours, 3 hours exam. It's a rule. Then 1.5 hours, simply I kept silently. I did not written anything. Okay, so like that, I just kept 1.5 hours silently and given paper and came back. After that, I returned the supplementary. And then again also I got, so for that supplementary in the summer, okay, this is happened in the March. Again, supplementary will happen, I think, in the May. This 1 month again, I attended special classes to clear this exam. Which exam? Computer science only. But today, what I am teaching? Computer science. Where I am earning money? From the computer science. So that is what now you realize. Okay, so don't worry about your pass marks. Don't worry about sometimes where you are very weak. So that's what the proofs. Computer science 0 marks. Even after that, also after taking a lot of special classes, I got only 38 only out of 100. But today, the same computer science, I am teaching to so many people. I'm working in big industries and I'm getting more money. And wherever I'm going, I'm proving myself better when comparing with other developers. Okay. So that means everything is possible. Okay. Even I cannot, not this one. I will show you one more also. This is 10 plus 2. Okay, so out of 100 in English, I got 65. And everywhere I got more than that. So due to this reason, no, not this one. I would like to show this one. Don't see my photo. It's very 20 years back, I think. Okay, if you see here, why I'm showing all these things is, you are worrying about your communication, right? Where is English? So I got everywhere more than 60. But here in English, I got 57. But in remaining everywhere, whatever people will feel max 98. Okay, so something like general science 82. Everywhere I got. But only in English 57 because it's all about the village background. I mean, it's all Telugu medium school. So that means at that time I was also very weak in English. After that also, even I completed my 10 plus 2 because of this reason. Okay, I went to the intermediate college and they told like, everywhere you are good, but you got in English very less marks. If you are occupying the English medium in 10 plus 2, it is very difficult for you. So looks like you are weak in English. They given me again Telugu medium in 10 plus 2 also because of only this reason. Okay, because of only this reason. Okay, so I think everything. Okay, so you are realizing the points why I'm saying all these things. I know every point of view. I told you right. I know what you are feeling in your minds. I know every point because I also came from there only. I also same Amirpet, same tea stall, same roads. Okay, so however you are going every day after completing the class, holding the book. Okay, same thing I also repeated in the Amirpet 10-15 years back. Only thing is, my worry is you are not answering the things what I already discussed in the class also. If you are doing like this, you may not get the job. I don't say that negative words, but still I'm saying means you are not keeping the efforts. And where I teach you also what the concepts. Nobody is answered in the entire class what is strategies. How many strategies we have? At least 1 or 2 persons open their mouth. I can appreciate them, but everyone is. I don't think maybe. I mean, you don't require job. You don't want job. No. Then why are you? See, IT industry is lifetime learning. Don't feel like only one time learning. It's not like UPSC exams or government exams. You cleared exam once, you got the job. In future, you will never ever open a book also. No, IT industry is all about lifetime learning. Lifetime learning. Things are coming, you have to learn. Learn. Then only you will sustain. There is no breaks, there is no full stops. Only gaps, commas. That's all. But you have to keep on move on. Learning point of it. So please make that habit. Take all the, don't feel about your communication. Don't feel about your percentages. Okay, when you're having 66, minimum 60 is enough. Don't compare with 99. The same 90 plus percentage students, now they are getting 1 lakh. Okay, but when comparing with me, so at the same time, there will be, when I failed in the computer science, you know, right, there will be some merit students will be there, especially in the girls it will be. So they given the challenge to my madam. So they told like, I will become, class first in the computer science topic. She is also failed. Okay, she is also failed at that time only. But after that, she gained the marks. But nowadays, She's not doing, I'm not saying like one person. One of the real example I'm saying, it's not like girls, even boys also. One more person is there. One of my friend only. He is more jealous about other things. He is always thinks about the marks. But what he is doing nowadays, nothing he is doing. He is teaching where? In a engineering college. You know the teachers, lecturers of engineering college, how much they will earn? 20, 30,000, maximum 40,000. He is topper. So that's why I'm trying to say all these things here it is. Don't worry too much about the percentages. Don't worry too much about the communication. Worry little bit, but not too much. But what you have to worry too much? The resume, what you are keeping inside that, whatever the skill set you will keep, right? Java, Spring Boot, REST services. There you have to prove yourself. You are very strong. That's what will make you be getting the job. Okay. So if you are speaking very high level English, no one will consider you. Sometimes I will feel in my mind like when they are answering very well in English, when they are speaking English very well and they are not answering properly in the technical points, I will feel like I laugh myself. Okay, please stop your attitude like that. Like with respect to what? English. But when people are talking about technically with minimal English also, I will encourage them. Okay, no problem. Take your time. Answer me very clearly. Take your time. Answer me. That's all. Explain. If you want paper, take it. But explain. Like that, I will help them. In interviews, see, I take a lot of interviews as a panel. Not only me, like me, there are so many panels available. They will understand your problem. That panel also might have came from the village. He also knows the problems as a freshers. Don't think like everyone is same. He might also, because when I'm attending interviews also, in earlier stages, some panels will say like same thing. Hey, don't worry, man. Why are you worrying? Don't be cool. It's not an interview. It's just like a discussion. They will say same thing. Consider it as a discussion. It's not like an interview. I'm asking questions, you're answering the things. Consider it as a discussion. And just ask you one point. Just discuss with me. Don't feel like you are giving the answers. Like that, there are panels available. They will make you comfort. They will ask you, okay, slowly, breathe, take a breath and answer very well. Answer very slowly. No problem. Take your time, 30 seconds extra, no problem. But after that, you can explain me like that there are panels. And then if you are explaining them very well, they will consider you. So like that, panels will make you comfort and they will ask you, give proper answers so that I can select it. It's not like you have to answer very, okay, you have to answer like in a professional point of view, professional manner, in a very stylish English, very fluent English. No. It will not work out everywhere. But when you are good with technical, it will work out everywhere. Okay. So let's connect. Today time also gone with respect to nicely roasted. Sir, I know it's not the question I want to ask, but I want to say your success story to my friends who are get disappointed with not getting calls. What is your package? Sorry for the asking. If you want my package, I don't have any problem. I'm getting 30 plus. Only package. But out of that, I'm teaching. I'm doing some other things also. See, it's all about, that's what I'm telling you. When you're good with skill, the more skills, the more money. The beauty of IT industry is same thing. Okay. So is it enough, Sai Kumar? Okay.